Greetings, brothers and sisters, and other Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. Bunch of stuff to get to here. I'm going to go through it more quickly than usual.
They're dropping like flies.
Listen, people are dropping like flies out there.
I am
Boop.
stop.
We're dropping like flies around here.
We're dropping like flies here. Jeez, sir, 2 more just went down. Dropping like flies.
Too many people around here been dropping like flies already, and where's that getting us, huh? Nowhere. Fast.
Biden's being Biden's being extremist.
Crush that fly.
I got a bonus. After I posted my update video, I had a conversation with my, Google Ads handler. And I got him to admit that they can't do anything. It's all based in their bots. They can't manually do anything. And so it's like he's completely useless. He can only tell me how to work their bots, and it's great. Hopefully, I haven't listened to it yet, but hopefully the conversation came out. So hopefully I'll get that up on my other channel. So that's great. Jamie Foxx still not himself following health crisis, getting the best of care. So what does that mean, not himself? Can he walk? Can he talk? Can he see? What does not himself? He's getting the best care and working hard to recover now, but he's still not himself. And so, is he in a coma? I mean, what does that mean? Because he's not seeing anybody and he's not doing anything out in public. So as far as we know, he's still bedridden or in a wheelchair. Or maybe he can't see. Like the report was he was blind and it was paralyzed. Photos show work being done on his Jamie Foxx $10.5 million home as his condition remains unclear. Well, are they putting in wheelchair ramps or they're adjusting things in his house to accommodate his new, I don't know, what you can do, capable stuff? I mean, I don't know, it seems like an odd time to do construction unless he's in a coma and his in-laws are moving like else. Distant family members are all moving into his house while he's, incapacitated. Madonna recovering at home after ICU scare, longtime friend Rosie O'Donnell says. Rosie O'Donnell revealed it's good after several day rest in hospital. So she went to the hospital like Jamie Foxx, and now she's at home, and she can't speak for herself, not posting anything on Instagram. There's no videos of her. Nothing like that, right? Oh, yeah, I got an epic comment to get to. A number of people requested a comment video to the comments, so got to get to that as well. Madonna's kids reportedly by her side amid hospitalization, who are Lords Rocco, David, and Mercy. And so, I think they live in various countries. Didn't she have some kids who are, I don't know. She's got a bunch of adopted children. I don't know what her thing is. But, there's her depressed daughter there. She seems to have had a Jamie Foxx, right? She's had she's expiring, Madam Expiration Date. Madonna was recording new music with Katy Perry before she was found unconscious in her home. Well, now we know it. Now we know what happened. Katy Perry sucked the life out of her. France on red alert. Macron faces calls to impose state of emergency after marauding gangs with guns are seen rampaging in Marseille. And police, I said that loud because I knew how to pronounce it. And Marseille, because you would say, normally I would not be able to understand what this word is, but I've seen it before. And police headquarters is ransacked in fourth night of chaos. That was from a few days ago, July 1st, but it's been going on there. More gloomy news from Biden. White House says it's open to a plan that would block sunlight from hitting the surface of the earth in a bid to limit global warming. You mean chemtrails? Because we've been seeing those for a while, actually. I mean, it's like probably the number one thing reported by people is they look up at the sky and they see I just saw this in the headlines here. Losing too much weight, Christina Hendricks. Fans speculate she's on Ozempic as Madman star joins Hollywood Big Slim Down. So I guess that's her now. That was her before. And so these guys just won't stop putting this poison into their bodies.
Project Bluebeam. Is it really the government's way of gaining population control?
So this guy has some kind of weird eyes. Someone requested this or sent this to me with the idea that the truth community is now woke people, or, you know, a different group of people. This guy looks like some, what they call them, hipsters, right? He's got the hipster hat. He's got fake eyes, and he's eating some pasta.
I made this homemade hamburger helper. So the conspiracy goes that the government would trick everyone on Earth by staging a huge alien invasion worldwide. The UFOs will be visible from the sky using advanced hologram technology and military weaponry. That way they'll make it look like UFOs.
Okay, so we know what's happening here. Like, all these truther narratives are now going to more palatable. This is something YouTube, or in this case TikTok, would recommend more heavily, where, you know, these are controlled truthers, maybe even working for the government. This guy has a lot of conspiracy videos here. Biden completely lost on stage, wanders around aimlessly while mumbling. I haven't seen that in a while. Like, he was doing this when he ran for presidency.
Welcome to July 4th at the White House.
Woo!
Joe and I, come on, Joe.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Joe and I are so grateful to be here with all of you. And can we get another round of applause for DJ D Nice?
Woo, D Nice.
So I hope you'll all stay for the fireworks. And look, it really matters. It really matters you showing your support for the military on a day like today.
Watching fireworks is showing support for the military.
You know, it's an incredible opportunity we have. And we are the leading nation in the world. The rest of the world looks to us.
No, they don't. It's not. That's over with. It's been over with for a while, Joe.
And they look at this. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm going to spare you. I'm not even going to try to sing. I'm not going to try to dance. I'm not going to try to even move. But folks, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're great Americans. Today's America's Day.
America's Day today.
America's Day. Go get them.
Go get them.
And here's Neo.
He's running around lost. They go here. Where do I go?
Where is he?
It's great when he turns his back to the audience.
Oh, man, I want to say hi to him. You're trying to get me off the stage. You're afraid I'm going to try to sing, aren't you? Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Somebody sent me this. There's another car that just randomly runs into a store. People have been driving into homes. It's like a new thing that's happening. The Mindy Project star dies by assisted suicide following COVID-19 illness. Oh, so this is Radar Online. Here's the actual article. Miss you fiercely, cat. Friends celebrate the life of Mindy Project star who died by assisted suicide following COVID-19 booster illness. So that's actually being reported here, kind of, by Radar Online, is National Enquirer. Prior to her death, Pavlik shared her health had been steadily declining after getting the Johnson & Johnson boop in January or February 2022. So that happened. Dr. Alfreda Victoria died. Vaccination expert Dr. Victoria Alberto Victoria dies suddenly at 42. This guy is he's a boop expert, and he was 42 years old, which is young, and he died all of a sudden. Like, suddenly, he is a Mexican person. Bodybuilder Joe Linder's final Instagram post hints at health battles. He passes away at age 30. This guy was some sort of a model or something, a bodybuilder. But it said right there was passed away at age 30. Here are his last posts. They don't have his cause of death was an aneurysm. So, blood clot, like, kind of like a blood clot, right? Between steroids and aneurysm. So I guess, he was doing the roids and, other things. So that dude died. It's like poisoning on 100 levels, some of which is heavy metals, increasing the schedule for severe disorder magnitude, triggering autoimmune dysfunction. No singular one may show the sum. So this is the increase of all these ADHDs, Alzheimer's, autism, bipolar disease in youth is up by, 10%? I don't know what these things are. Chronic fatigue. I mean, these things are all up now, right? People are sicker, have more chronic conditions, and more psychological issues. Okay, a bunch more stuff to get to here. Let me start this one over. No. Okay, so this is some sort of, it's a CIWS aimed at civilian airliner. So this has some sort of radar tracking system, and it locked on a civilian airliner. And the guy they're on a boat, a ship, and the Navy guy is like, no, like he's, telling the thing not to shoot. I mean, I think somehow, I don't think he has anything to do with it. This is the age where machines are making decisions for us.
No! Oh, man. No!
Those people have no idea how close they came to death right there.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the f*** off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the f*** off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe
Okay, I don't think they're going to believe it.
it. I don't give two f***s, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
He ain't real. That MNFer is not real.
And you can sit on this plane and you can f***ing die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Boom. This guy's like, So she believes that there is some sort of synthetic or something on the plane. She's not having it. She's getting off. Firefighters say cocaine was found in the White House, according to a report, and everybody's blaming Hunter unfairly. How dare you blame Hunter? He's a reformed man. Actor Taylor Labine says he spent 3 days in hospital due to potential fatal blood clot. He's on the show New Amsterdam. So he's 45 years old. And in a video, let's watch his video here because what do we got? We got time. All right, so sometimes it's a Tuesday and you're walking around with a tummy ache. There he is. And sometimes you wake up on Wednesday with a stomach ache so bad you decide to go to the ER of your local hospital, and sometimes your tummy ache turns out to be a potential fatal blood clot. There he is in the ambulance. You have to spend the next 3 days in the hospital trying not to die, just sometimes. I'm doing all right. Yeah, sometimes for some people, right? They're just dropping like flies. There he is, giving you the thumbs up. Federal judge limits Biden officials' contacts with social media. The order came in a lawsuit filed by the attorney generals of Missouri and Louisiana who claim the administration is trying to silence its critics. A federal judge in Louisiana on Tuesday restricted the Biden administration from communicating with social media platforms on broad swaths of content online, ruling that could curtail efforts to combat false and misleading narratives about the coronavirus pandemic and other issues. Well, that is clear censorship. even though these are private companies. And also, he's running for a public office. And, I think that's a felony.
And scorching temperatures and bad air quality are really impacting millions of Americans outside of Chicago and the East Coast, all across the country. Texas, my Lord, Texas has been baking under a severe early season heat wave. It's reaching triple.
It's crazy in Texas. Let's move to this guy.
Thank you for highlighting this. This is something that we haven't had to talk about outside the West Coast of the United States, but in the months of July and August. The fact that the Midwest, New York just a few weeks ago is experiencing this is bringing to light something critical here. Air pollution, Joe, in and of itself is now the 6th leading cause of death worldwide.
Kaboomy. 6th leading cause of death is air pollution. I've gone to some of these places. I mean, go to India, which isn't as bad as China. And there are cities all over the world, even in America. And just the way that a lot of these cities that are in bowls, like Denver, like Colorado, you have places like that. They're surrounded by mountains. And these valley cities that the air just sits there. And now, God knows what toxic. This is, there's no EPA in countries around the world, environmental protection agencies. And they just do horrible things. And some of the toxicity in some of these places, these cities, is crazy. But people are dying just from the air quality. I've talked about that, which is, a bummer. And we share air. Like, air circulates around the world. So, air just isn't, it's not going to be getting better. So there's this video called Swine by Demi Lovato. One of my viewers sent me this. And it is she comes out in this sort of, I don't know, whatever that stupid show is on Hulu. And she's got all these interesting friends here. And she pulls off her thing. And she starts screaming. Because apparently this guy, it's a white guy. See, the white guy's the problem. She comes out. It's a white guy, a bunch of white guys sitting here. And she's got to tell the white guy what's up. So that's this thing. She says that she gets to boop anybody she wants to boop. And she gets to do anything with her body, with her screaming fans. And this is about abortion. And then here, let's turn the captions on here. It's not available. But she's like this, screaming. It's loud. She's got an attitude. And I guess she's some sort of a punk. I don't even know what this kind of music is. So this is about abortion. And her and her pals are quite upset at these white guys that are taking away their rights to. Look, this guy's signing something here. Look at him. Let's turn this off. This guy's going to sign something. She's screaming. And I don't know. It's Demi Lovato and her. She's ripping it up. She's ripping up the thing here. Look at her rip it up. There she goes. It's a party. And she rips it up and they have a party. This is the alternative. This is what they're saying is better than the white guys ruling the world. This is the improvement here. Her and her pals. And she's, here, let's. Okay, so that's Demi. That's what Demi's been up to. Heather Locklear appears distressed, bizarrely walks on the ledge of an office building. So here's Heather, and she's old now. She's talking to herself and writing a book and swaying back and forth like she's doing some sort of self-soothing exercises. And she's putting her book away. And she's, somebody's nice enough to videotape this moment of her breaking down from across the way. She didn't know she's being videotaped. She's just out there and, doing Heather Locklear stuff. This is what happens when you can't afford your MK Ultra boosters. Yeah. You can't afford the reprogramming. Right? They forget about you because you're irrelevant. They're on the ledge by yourself. Smallville actor Allison Mack released from prison early. Records show. Apparently, the guy that she was with, whatever his name was, is being beaten up. Keith Raniere is being beaten up in prison. Multiple shark bites reported off New York coast in 2 days. Also, there's been sightings in Florida. So the sharks are rebelling as well, not just the killer whales. Amanda Bynes checks out of mental facility after psychiatric hold, report says. She was on a 5150, but they've cleared her because she's sane enough to rejoin the general population and post photos like this. Hilaria Baldwin jokes about having 11 more kids with Alec in anniversary post. I don't know. Let's just move on here. Titans Hassan Haskins allegedly strangled girlfriend after she liked Instagram photo of somebody else. Fox News settles fired producer Amy Grossberg's lawsuit for $12 million. She's quite the, the ghoul here. And if you heard what her claims were against Tucker Carlson, they were very mild. Nothing physical, sort of innuendos. I mean, I forget all the stuff that it was. She overheard some things. But it's a lot of money. $12 million for... I mean, she wasn't physically assaulted. She wasn't really even, verbally assaulted. I think the C word was used. And that's worth apparently $12 million to this fine American. Okay, so there's an epic comment I got. I wasn't going to I didn't really read it. I read the first lines about to ban the person. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of responses. And pretty much every response was, I can't wait to see this in a comment video. And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, they'll make a good comment video. No offense, dude, but... Okay, so this is already weak. No offense, dude, but... See, this is you getting to boop all over me and my channel or whatever it is. And then by saying no offense, it's like, oh, but, I'm just a good guy. I'm not trying to offend you or anything. Just say the thing because it's going to be offensive. It's offensive. I think that's called a qualifier, right? You should just not write the comment. Right there is why you're being featured now because you knew it was offensive and you did anyway. No offense, dude, but I challenge you to try to listen to this video you just put out. You challenge me to do that? Like, is it a double Dutch dare? Like, you challenge me to listen to my own 9-minute video? 9 minutes of you droning on about Google ads and not one laugh in the entire video. Okay, so let me go back and read the title of the video so you guys know. It's Hollywood celebrities are not dropping like flies for 2 more days. And the video is, I state right off the bat that because of doing outdoor work and other things that are going on, I am not putting out a Hollywood celebrity video till today. So I put this out on Monday, and I was supposed to put out a Hollywood celebrity dropping like flies. And so that was an act of courtesy on my part because people expect videos every other day here and then every other day on my other channel. I make content every day. And I was been saying, that I might have issues with working on the farm and just, time and things like this. So at the beginning of the video, I'm just explaining that. And I explain it, in various places. It wasn't a content video. It wasn't a Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. There wasn't any intended jokes. It was just explaining why a video wasn't out. And then I, was going through this thing with Google and I added some of that, which people enjoyed hearing because there's comments of people saying that they were interested in that, right? So, this person is speaking only for themselves. but he doesn't realize what the premise of the video was. It wasn't a video that I was making like I normally make. It was a video letting you know why I wasn't making a video. But there are no laughs for this guy. He's deprived of laughs. I'm responsible to make this guy laugh. It's my duty. And he had to waste a whole 9 minutes and not one laugh could be found for this guy. This poor dude, this poor little pumpkin. It's okay, Pumpkin. It's all right, Pumpkin. You know, you didn't get any laughs. Well, don't cry, Pumpkin. I understand you wasted 9 minutes and we were expecting laughs, but you didn't get any. but no offense, dude. No offense, Pumpkin. 9 minutes of you droning on about Google Ads and not one laugh in the entire video. I subscribe to your channel to laugh. He's outraged for clicking a button so he receives information about my content. As a subscriber, he has demands. He was promised laughs in his mind through my channel, and that he subscribes to the channel for laughs, and when there are no laughs to be had, he's outraged. He's been offended. As a subscriber who does nothing but watch videos and contributes nothing else, I've never seen a comment from this guy or whatever, right? I subscribe to this channel to laugh. If you meditate, do farming, or play with your feet, that's your business. Where'd the feet come thing? I don't play with my feet. What does that even mean? Like, why that, right? I meditate and I farm. I don't play with my feet. I don't know what that even means. That's your business. I was hoping to laugh it up about Alec or Madonna. Boy, was I wrong. Look at the entitlement here. I can see why people, now that I'm reading it more, people wanted me to make a comment video on this. Boy, was I wrong. I'm not trying to be the bad guy, but being brutally honest with you. Sometimes your best friend is the guy that tells you that you got a booger hanging, or some of these videos are boring as F. I thought there was something in here about tough love, but I guess that's what he said. He's just being brutally honest. You know, this is already a violation of a boundary I've placed here. I've said over and over to people, this is not, I don't have a complaint department. And, you know, I don't care about your opinion, and I'm not asking for it. You're welcome to leave. Like, I make videos that people like you leave all the time. Disgruntled Trumpers or whatever it might be. Like, I'm not a person begging you for your subscription. I very seldom say subscribe to my channel, almost never, like other people do. And, you know, I expect that I make good content and people want to watch it for that reason. And I'm not looking for mercy watches or whatever. And I'm not looking to pander to you or find out what you need from me or whatever it is, right? Which I say over and over again. And since you've watched my videos enough to say that you understand some of the content, you would hear me say this about people, you know, in terms of the boundary I place. That I don't have a complaint department. And your entitlement, like leaving a comment like this where you're saying that I'm not trying to be the bad guy, being brutally honest with you. This isn't brutally honest. It's not honest. You're not being honest with yourself, because I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm not, you know, you think I'm sitting here upset about you not enjoying my video? Like, why'd you watch it then? Like, the video was, you know, I didn't deceive you. The video was me saying right off the bat that I wasn't going to make a video for 2 more days on this channel. I was informing you of that, right? You could have clicked out there and, you know, it was just some other stuff that I was talking about, whether it was funny to you or not, whether it was worthwhile for you to invest your 9 minutes. You could have stopped watching at any time. And you're free to leave. I want you to leave. Like, I don't want you here because you're entitled and kind of a whiner, and you have like an inflated idea of your opinion, like people care about it. Like, the whole point of this thing is when he said, I subscribe to your channel to laugh. That's where he thinks he has some power in this relationship. that he's subscribed to my channel. And that's what he's promised. He's promised laughter from me. Like I'm some performing monkey because he hit a subscribe button. And, there's comedy in my channels, and that I'm supposed to be funny every time I come on to him and make fun of Madonna or whatever he said, Alec or Madonna, which I almost never do on this channel. I, been covering Madonna now because of her health issues, because that's a Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. But most of my Alec Baldwin videos are on the other channel. And so, I was just letting people know I was taking a day off. And this guy, isn't having any of it. He's showing me some tough love and saying he was promised laughter and he got none. And he's now wasted 9 minutes of his life. And he's going to be my best friend. I'm not trying to be a bad guy by being brutally honest with you. Sometimes your best friend is the guy that tells you you got a booger hanging and you play with your feet. This guy's got a kind of disgusting, there's a lot of disgusting things on this guy's mind. Or some of these videos are as boring as F. So there's that. You see this quite often where people think you have a relationship that's not there. Like, I don't know who this person is. And I don't know what goes on in terms of the interaction with my videos. And I don't think about you guys. Like, I'm not, if I do a comment video, sure. But in terms of what I do here, I find things that are funny or interesting to me because that's important. Because if I didn't, why bother? If I don't find it interesting, why say to you guys? Right? And I present them in, the way I see it, like whatever it might be. Like my wife and I make fun of, like sometimes we watch stupid TV shows and just goof on the show, especially like reality TV shows and things like this. And, it's a participation-based viewing. Instead of watching something that you enjoy and you get into it, you're making fun of it. I've always made fun of things, and it's fun. And so it's fun for some other people. And it's fun for this person because he likes to hear me make fun of Alec or whatever it is. That's part of what I do here. And then there's other things, right? And, I have to keep it interesting for myself and enjoy making the videos or, there'd be no energy in it. I'm just not, performing for what I think the audience wants to see or hear from me. And this person thinks there's a relationship that isn't there, that I am asking for an opinion when I've made, like I'm playing hard to get, like I'm not really serious about the no complaint rule. I mean, in the sense that I enjoy making these videos. So I don't, when there's one of these videos, it's, when one of these comments, then I can make fun of it, which is fun for me, right? So it's not like the end of the world when somebody leaves a comment like this. But it isn't going to make me change what I'm doing, right? Especially when that wasn't even a video. It was a video to let you know I'm not making a video. And he didn't find it funny. And as a subscriber, he's entitled to laughter and joy from me because, he hit that button. Like that button, like it's not hard to hit. I mean, it's not easy to hit. Hit that button, hit subscribe, and then get recommended, and then click on a few things, and then come to a channel for free content. And if it isn't up to your standards, you get to tell the guy he's got a hanging booger because, sometimes that's your best friend or just some whiny little internet fool, right? Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Lovato, definitely born from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.